Okay, hey there guys. So if you're gonna watch this whole one, I would strap in for a long one. This is a fairly long one. I actually ended up speeding through a couple fights, not all of them. I really only like speeding through Quake fights and some Doom fights, if I'm being honest. So, this is TCN, you know, money go burr, I guess. Also, if you notice, I've now accomplished the the Abyss path because I'm down 3,000 units because I'm bad. So, but yeah, this war is against TCN. It's the third war of the season. It'd be a great way to end off the first week would be beating TCN, because it kind of means if you get them in the first week and it's TCN, someone very close to our war rating, it's very likely we'll have to face them again in the second half of the season, so getting the first win against them is really big. And so we're of course boosting pretty large. Yeah, I think I have a white mags for this fight. I kind of forgot to check at the start of this video, but I believe I do have a white mags for this fight, and I really want to take this just as slow as I can because it's Maw. I've had issues with Doom and Maw before. Yeah, I do have the white mags right there. And I just want to make sure I'm keeping his charges down as low as I can. I got up to 15, and I don't want to bait out at SP2, but right here I'm like, okay, he's going focus, so I'm going to have to do it. And he gets pretty high power because of Mystic Dispersion, but still only an SP2, so it's all fine. Right here, I need to get in. I need to throw that heavy. I'm at 19 for the falter. That's cutting it awfully close, considering what happened last time I tried to Doom a Maw. So here, I don't have to worry about the falter right away, and I think I have double Fury going because of the Node's Fury, and it's pretty full. So right here, I want to actually get off as many lights as I can, not going for your standard Doom cycling. And here, I know I'm going to take the falter, but it's actually going to heal me up a little bit, cover some of that block damage. And now I just need to get off a heavy for the knockdown. One more parry, and that should do it. I'm just going to throw SP2 here, I think. Yeah, because again, this is like a week and a bit ago now. So, just throw the SP2, rinse him out, and all's well that ends well. I did a Doom fight against Maw, and it went well. So that's really good. So if you notice, I don't have an Incinerate immune champion. I was told to use Dr. Doom for Mephisto. The strategy is playing Dr. Doom like Captain America Infinity War or Archangel or any parry heavy champion. I am primarily going to stick to one-hit combos, so I sped this fight up because at least with like some of the Dr. Doom fights, there's like little intricacies you can find, like with that Maw fight, like not using your standard Doom combo or trying to time the different heavy so I don't build up too many charges on me and stuff like that. Knowing that like with Maw, you don't gain all the power back you should from your aura, but against Mephisto, I'm literally just slapping him for like a minute or something. Because of the Furies I can gain, I'm obviously doing a lot of damage right there. I accidentally eat the SP1, so he's going to heal for less, but at the same time, I now have to wait longer for the SP3. I think I was actually going to go for my SP3 because it was just going to like nuke him. Yeah, I went for my SP3 right as I could because it's just going to nuke him. Because I have the 2 Furies, and now he only actually has the 2 soul charges, so he's only going to heal up to like 35? Oh, not even 30, shoot. So I was able to negate a lot of his healing, and I have the double Fury right now. So I decide, I don't care if he gets an aura at this point, it's at the end of the fight, I'm just going to go in as hard as I can, and I finish him off with another heavy. So now we are at the Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, we're at the Sorcerer Supreme now, and there's just 2 things I want to note before going into this. One, I noticed this when I was doing my war, and I thought I was tripping. So the Mephisto I just took is limited editions, and now the Sorcerer Supreme I'm taking is limited editions. So we're at 2 fights from limited edition is all I want to keep note of. I'm just going to keep note that we are at 2 fights from limited edition and keep track for how many more I end up taking. I think I take like most of his defense. It's really weird. So again, I have a white Magneto here so that way I can parry. There's really just 2 keys when you're fighting Sorcerer Supreme with Doom. With other champs, you're of course looking at like Mystic Dispersion and is it on like path 4, are you going to go unblockable? But with Doom, there's 1 thing, 2 things. She has energy resistance, so you do a little bit less damage. 2, she has slow, which slow stops your aura. It doesn't stop your power steal from SP1, and if the aura is already on you, it won't remove the aura, but you won't be able to trigger a new aura. while you have the slow on you. So I needed to make sure she cannot throw a single special while she has purple up, and I avoided it. Perfect. That was the big key for my fight, and right here I just want to throw off my SP2, which is honestly very, very risky. Fortunately I get the crit because she would have gotten up and had an SP3 instantly, and I was kind of worried about that because I don't have an invul on there. But she doesn't have any runes, so her SP3 shouldn't hit too hard. We planned out our energy in a way where I would be able to get through all my fights in one go, and the one guy just wasn't coming. Like, I was tagging him, we were all tagging him, talking to him in chat, but my gray boost, I was like, I have a gray boost, can we please go? I really need to get this fight in with the gray boost. So I have to end up using a new gray boost, and I decided I didn't want to use another advanced power boost because those are the ones I'm always running the lowest on, because I run a lot of Doom and Nimrod, and they get the most value out of those two. Archangel doesn't really get a value out of that one. He gets value out of like Regen and Invul, but they both get so much value to the Power Start 1 that I'm always low on them. So again, limited edition fight number 3 for me is not very limited. So this Stryfe fight, I just had like 2 things in my mind. Don't push him to SP3 and don't hit into his miss. That's really all there is to this fight, right? But then I push him close to his SP3. I'm like, okay, I'll just steal his power. He's at high 2 bars. I won't push him to 3 because he's at the 5, and I don't want to make him go missing. And I throw my SP1, and of course, he glances the hit that power steals. Fortunately, aura triggers beforehand, so I'm able to actually, like, I still get the aura so I can power steal him off of the 3 bars of power, but I was so annoyed by that because, like, I got glanced on that. It was really frustrating. And so now I'm actually being cautious of the glance with my SP1, and I'm trying to intentionally like trigger glance before I throw my specials now, but I really needed to get my aura up right then, so I do throw it. I was able to actually have a stagger that time on him, so the unstoppable doesn't trigger. But with Stryfe here, it's actually a really odd choice, I feel like, because the miss and the unstoppable overlap very well in his SP1, but at the same time, it really slows down my fight. Like, look. The unstoppable is halfway through when his miss kind of goes. His miss ends, and it's a second, 2 seconds before the unstoppable finishes. But this fight ends up taking me a really long time because of all the SP1s and because that glance at the beginning losing my tempo. If I had, it sounds really dumb to say, but if I had gotten that, I would have been able to speed this fight up a lot more, I believe. I don't go for this risky dex there. I can dex his SP2 like most of the time. But it's just one of those ones where it's like sometimes like the very final hit will like just tag you if you're a split second off. So I decided not to go with that even though it wouldn't really hurt. Trying to decide, remember, do I throw on my Mystic Power Back boost here? So again, we like planned out the energy so I'd be able to get all the way to the mini boss I gotta take. And so I have this Terrax here. That's part of why I put on the regen boost, is I'm fine with really any of the gray boosts for this Terrax fight. They all work very well for this. Oh wait, actually, I think I was like thinking about just like going in really quick. If I hadn't hesitated there, I could have gone in on this first boost, but because of the loading, I'm like, gray boost fell off. Oh, no, I do just go in because I have the 5 seconds. My bad. So I do go in with the regen boost, and the regen boost here is really nice because I like playing this first part very, very aggressively to try to get my Furies and to get up to SP2 as quick as I can. He was a very passive Terrax there. He throws a light, and then again, I talked about this last war. If you can, like, you want to slow down, like, you can see Doom's hand comes up for the light, and he, like, walks through Doom's hand. And I always get really annoyed when that happens because it's so dumb. There's 2 things that annoy me. When I have my light up and I can see my light and they ignore it. And the other most annoying thing for me is when I go for a light and they light intercept me across the screen. It just gets on my nerves so hard. So right here, I'm just, again, trying to like keep his, I kind of want to let his aura finish off if I'm being honest. But this time I'm actually being smart. I'm going to go for a backdraft here. And I actually get a nice intercept there. I thought I went for the light. I don't actually. And now this SP2 is going to put him down really low, and I have the Fury, so I'm just going to go for the full combo SP1 if it doesn't finish. But it does finish, So the Terrax fight goes very well. I lose a fair bit of health because I get clipped that 2 times, I think, 2-3 times. It's more than I like getting clipped in a fight like that because it's not a very... It's not that it's not a hard fight. Saying it's not a hard fight I feel like is a bit of a understatement. It's not a brutal fight or anything, but it's very manageable. Okay, so for this Dr. Doom, it's kind of like the Conflictor one. You want the white Magneto so you don't have to worry about baiting out his heavy, because Doom's reaction on his heavy can be very weird sometimes, and sometimes you feel like you're going to be fast enough, but he clips you, and he gets you, and you don't like that. It's really bad. So, and again, another limited edition champion, number 4, I believe now, if I'm correct. 2 in section 2 and 2 in section 1 and 2 in section 2 so far. So I'm at 4 out of 5 of his defenders. So that right there is why you have the white Magneto on this node. So my main goal is just really to get up to my SP3. As I said, it's literally just a longer version of the Conflictor fight in my mind. I actually went for a pretty risky, not a risky intercept, that was a calculated intercept. His SP1 won't really hurt me. Doom's SP1 isn't what does the big damage unless I guess you get a weird crit on it, like when you're attacking him. But with Doom, I'm gonna tank through that if I get hit by his SP1 pretty well. So what I want to do is I really just want to be getting off as much damage as I can while I have the Furies. So I decide to throw my SP2 there because I have the double Fury, but I immediately lose my Incinerates, so I'm not sure if that was a fair trade-off for the time. But I'm able to get another really quick intercept here, and I'm just going to be stealing as much power as I can, going for the 4 light hits. And yeah, see, that's what I mean when I went for that 1 intercept, because that did not do much damage. I don't know why I went for the reparry there. It was clear that I went for the reparry though, because I had my block up. I don't remember why I specifically wanted that. And here, I want the reparry just to make sure that he doesn't throw that SP1, because I don't want the chance of my Fury getting nullified here right as I come out of my special. Again, this fight, it's just kind of long. But it's a very, like, not back and forth fight. It's very, you have to play it very patiently. I'm going to finish at 2 minutes into the fight. Right. It's over a 2-minute fight. For a 2-minute fight? Is it 5:30 timer? I always kind of forget how long the war timer is. Yeah, it was a 2-minute fight. So now, final fight of the war. Maybe I do a bad boy move here. I don't think I go and switch suicides on for this fight, but my personal reasoning for why I didn't go switch suicides on here is Nimrod's gonna eat this fight up. So when you have Mighty Charge or Stun Immune, it's kind of like Colossus. The more armor ups you have when you have more armor ups, you do more damage with Nimrod. So the fact that first medium, I can like reparry it gets me that 3rd armor. You know, it's pretty nice. And all I have to do is I just need to fish for an intercept. That's my goal. I get the intercept, go for SP2. He starts at 87, so let's just say 90% health, and he ends on 30. 23. 65%. That's solid, I guess. So here, I'm just going to go for another actually, I don't go for the backdraft because he has the SP1, even though he'd get into cowardice. I think now I'll go for the... why am I not going for a backdraft? I really should have gone for a backdraft. I would have just finished off the fight, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I should have really gone for a backdraft much earlier. He seemed to be playing very aggressively, so here, I'm just going to go in. What am I doing? I go for the backdraft once he's at 5% health to throw his SP2 with Nimrod. So, that'll do it for my fights. I think, as you're about to see me say here, after those first 2 wars, I really needed this TCN war. I played it not necessarily perfectly, but I think that was a fairly clean war. There was obviously that Terrax fight where I got hit, but in that fight, I know I can take a fair few combos, and I can take a lot of damage from the rock shield. I just have to use extra potions. That's all it is, and that's a choice I'm willing to make there. We played insane in this war. You're going to see some insane stats coming out of us soon. We have an absolutely insane week 2, if I'm being honest. So here's where it starts, though. 8,000 seconds and 1 death by us. Four deaths by them and 9,000 seconds, by the way, is an absolutely incredible score to put up against pretty much any alliance, and I would say we usually have one of the better defenses. Not necessarily like account wise, but we're really good at setting our defenses. Our officers, as I've said before, do a tremendous job at what they do, and we make it very hard to come out low deaths and very quick, and then we execute on our attack plans. But 4 deaths against us is extraordinarily low. We went into this knowing we had to play very tight, and 1 death is, I mean, that's pretty tight. Like, it's only 1 mistake really, and 8,000 seconds is very solid. But again, great props to TCN. I've come to know actually a couple of their guys a bit better this past season. They got some cool guys over there, so GG to them. It was a very fun war. It's always a great time going against a very high alliance, and TCN's probably going to finish podium this season. They're playing absolutely phenomenally, so hope. Actually, I don't know if I'd say hope to see them again at the end, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.